we are running with today on formerly known as Recent Gaming here is well, holy fuck, this guy. Apparently that's
You know,
Embry, as you were talking
I
about.
I'm
So
pretty sure he was told yesterday when I was casting that he couldn't use that account. He was playing on a different account
it's a
because
rebel.
of the name. But maybe they decided to just go with it this time around.
It's a rebel, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Embry, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got he is again Massera announcing after Cycle 1 that he's stepping away for competitive on. So this is a team that they've been a solid roster for a long time, but have had to go through a couple of changes lately. So you
Yeah.
know that affects things overall. But so
Mm.
far, it affects the draft apparently. Because holy crap,
That is a voodoo jester, yeah.
it's a
Interesting
second
pickup.
pick.
I mean, I know for a fact that TPS Priceless, or Charlie, as he's also known as, likes Voodoo a lot. And he definitely does these. He has some roots with Recent Gaming, or Evil Corporation, as they're calling themselves now. So maybe they picked up something there.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Pebbles, Woodjester, that sounds like a dangerous combination to go up against. So, like Woodjester is a strong hero against Parasite and Ophelia due to the stunning for what is it, 5 seconds or something? I think on 5 seconds on neutral creeps, or creeps that Parasite and Ophelia can take over, making him a counter to these two heroes. And in that sense, it might have been like a pickup so the other team couldn't get him.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little far-fetched, but
Well,
I'm trying to reason
yeah.
why you would pick this hero.
Exactly. Whenever you get a funky pick like this, especially
Mm.
second pick, you have to try to find the logic here. So, I think that the Warbeast idea that with the Hellhounds nearby definitely can cause a lot of constant stun on a Warbeast, perhaps, and maybe there's something there. But yeah, who knows? Maybe this is just something that Embry likes as a player or
Mm.
something. I don't know.
Mm.
But I assume that he's going to be their new middle, of course. That's what Massera was, and before that, that's what
Yeah.
Matthias was. So. Uh,
I happen
expecting
to
that.
know Embrace quite well. He used to play with me in Recent Gaming a long time ago. So Embrace definitely knows all these players. And Nier pointed out when Nier was casting with Snooey while you were on vacation. Nier pointed out that Embrace was actually with them playing the DreamHack qualifiers that got Recent Gaming to DreamHack. So they're very comfortable with Bray as a mid player. So yeah, they're not suffering at all. I mean, of course, they had to let go of Old Me or Matthias, and that hurts always. He's a strong. He's a like Omi. He's just good, Breaky. He's so good.
He's a good player.
But yeah, definitely. But they're getting on with it. And Nier confirmed that they're comfortable with Bray in the mid position.
Yeah. Yeah, something else to bring up here, too, is, of course, the elephant in the room. I mean, it is what it is. They made it public here. Xync, at least a couple of the players, KZU specifically, is not spending any more time in Han, as far as
Mm,
practicing go. The team in general, they're not really doing a whole lot of scrimming together anymore. In fact,
no,
any from my understanding. So
no.
they're just simply showing up to play tournament matches. Now, as far as how this may affect things, we have kind of had this transition in the past here with several teams.
Mm,
I don't think it's going to be an immediate impact because, again, these are obviously still very top-tier players. But, come cycles here as it gets a little bit longer, I do think we are going to kind of notice that moving
yeah,
forward. But I'm still expecting Xync to play very well here and arguably be
definitely.
the top team to beat here in
I
Cycle
mean,
2. So,
we saw this like we had the old complexity. They didn't have a very fluent uh, transitioning over to Dota. There was a lot of they attempted to dual tournament these
Team
two games.
USA at the time,
Yeah,
yeah.
Team USA. Yeah,
Yeah, that
that
was
worked out
bad.
quite well. Hopefully, Sing is not going to end up in that in that side of the road.
Yeah.
BMG or Lions, they did it pretty well. when the other decided to swap entirely. But yeah, my original point was really that neither of any of the big teams, they're not scrimming a lot. So Xync is not losing out a lot on not scrimming, on not
That's fair.
practicing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if the other team started practicing a lot, like scrimming every day and whatnot, I could see Xync definitely getting phased out. But right now it's pretty slow scrim wise.
Yeah. There was also a slight change in the prize pool format going into the cycle number 2 here. That was brought up how the players have made it pretty clear that maybe it wasn't top heavy enough even. So it was changed slightly. Some changes were made and to ultimately help get the top finishing teams that much more of the overall prize pool. So there's even a little bit more incentive now to
Yeah, definitely.
win
I'm
it
sure. I'm sure they're happy about that. I mean, it's a little bit extra cash.
There we go. All right, but we got this draft now finishing up pretty much, so let's take a look at what's actually happened here to follow. You do see the picks for Xync over here was Kraken and then Midas to finish it off, so they got their 5-man lineup good to go, and it's definitely looking pretty Xync-like as far as what they're running here.
This is a very strong lineup with a lot of mid-game presence. Pebbles and Kraken, Midas. Ooh, that is a scary lineup to face. And they're facing Doctor, Prisoner, Parasite, Voodoo Jester, and Meraxes. You know, not as scary, but still definitely possibilities for scariness to happen here.
Yeah.
The Prisoner hook landing on a Pebbles and soloing him out from his team, that could be huge happening in the laning phase. But yeah, as soon as we see like Polkeys on Pebbles, Kraken, and Midas, it's gonna get really tough for Recent Gaming. Basically, what I'm saying is, if the team that wins mid lane is gonna have a great time. If it's a duo lane.
Yeah, going back to definitely pretty old school right there. I mean, well, it's always kind of been a thing. To be fair, is middle lane it has very big impact usually. So
yeah,
the success
mid lane,
of it
that's
is
where
important.
Mid lane is where you usually secure your initiation. And initiation in this match is going to be super key. This is a Pebbles, a Kraken. Like both Pebbles and Kraken, they rely heavily on their pole keys to really get in there and cause damage to the other team. Midas maybe not so much, but yeah. Whoever is in mid of Pebbles and Kraken, they will definitely be wanting that early PK, and then they can just farm Dr. Repulsor, Voodoo Jester, Prisoner, maybe even Meraxes to some extent.
Yeah. Now this is interesting here, kind of a small thing, but I'm trying to even find the logic as to what Parasite was doing here. But
yeah,
he actually, well, I saw the infest right there, but he also had boots in the mana potion, but he dropped them on the ground as he then went into the jungle to then do his thing. So
he didn't want to show his boots. When you go Marchers and Parasite, usually it means that you're in the enemy jungle.
Okay.
Like you're offensively jungling Parasite, and he didn't want to show that. That would be the reasoning. As you can see, he's already rotating to enemy jungle, exactly as I thought. He was trying to hide the fact that he's going enemy jungle, and Insania, clever as he is spotting it, and he's looking to block his own hot camp, making sure Parasite won't get a great time in here.
Yeah. Yeah, Voodoo Jester poke it in, and yeah, it's gonna be a little bit careful right here. I mean, it is Parasite with an infest, so not the most dangerous necessarily, but gonna take some good damage at least.
You know, he might be dead here.
Voodoo is a little faster, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It depends how deep they want to dive. They want to dive.
Oh, they would go.
Oh,
no, this is not good. This is okay. He's gonna take aggro.
Well
We're
played
good.
from near. He took the tower aggro. That was so well played from near.
Yeah. That could have been something. Turn kill, but they end up getting away in the end. So very interesting start here to game number 1, but everyone stays alive.
Tangafed just uses infest on one of the Ebola Kings, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right
whatever.
Away.
And there was a Vagabond leader just waiting for him up here, so that looks silly.
Bottom lane, by the way. Voodoo Jester being Ghana. Got combo. Throws out the acid cocktail. The hook on a Rhapsody in the meantime. Going for a couple auto attacks. One more needed. Here comes Parasite with those boots. One from him should do it. Oh, the shackle coming out, and Embry gets it. No, actually, yeah, Embry was credit for the kill on a prisoner.
Yep.
So, yeah, I thought he was playing the person for some reason. But no, that's Tankafeta Core. So, good job for the Bloodlust, though, in their favor. And that was all with Xync starting to go on a Voodoo Jester, trying to set up a kill themselves. So, great turn.
It's always a little bit risky doing that with a Pebbles that doesn't have combo yet. He simply doesn't have the mana to combo. So Mickey, or I assume it's Mickey. Yeah, it's Mickey playing Pebbles. You never really know these with Kizu, Mickey, and Matthias, but it is Mickey playing the Pebbles, and I don't know. It's a little bit risky, and they had to pay the price there for doing a risky play. Meanwhile, Snap is actually jungling the War Beast. Not every day you see that, but that's what's happening. It's not a suicide War Beast. It's a suicide Midas.
That's true. Yeah, we do see Kizu playing the Midas. Sure enough, very interesting. But I guess, I mean, when you do kind of break down their lineup, they kind of had to. They really didn't have much of an option unless they ran like a support Midas, which isn't out of the question, but yeah, it would have been a little funky. So they do indeed go the true jungle War Beast here.
Yep.
As you're pointing
but
out.
I mean, War Beast is going to be Xync's, what should I say, like the late game factor. That's where Slap's going to come in. And right now, they're securing farm on Pebbles. He's 300 plus GPM. And they're securing farm on Kraken, setting him up in a solo lane against Meraxes, which is a lane that he will do great in, usually. Like, he's taking some harass here, but Kraken has that awesome splash ability, giving him so many last hits all the time. So yeah, Kraken and Pebbles should get their pole keys relatively early this game, and that is going to be super scary.
I'm trying to think of the synergy of this Voodoo Jester Prisoner, by the way, and if it's good or not. I mean, I feel like it's kind of good and bad, right? Where I think it's good because of the range. As we see right here, the Acid Cocktail is pretty good at range. Out comes the Cursed Ground. There come the auto attacks to follow. It's only a level 1 Cursed Ground, but Parasite with a cutoff. And that's a dead Pebbles, no doubt. He tries to go for the turn kill. Good attempt from Mickey, but not enough damage to take out Prisoner. You saw Rhapsody pretty much running right from the beginning and did not want to stay around.
The Cursed Ground is not really doing. I mean, it's mostly just the Voodoo Jester stun that is doing the work right now. I still think you could find a Kraken in mid. Nah, okay. He tried to charge Meraxes into the tower, and he succeeded to an extent. Anyway, bot lane, Prisoner's getting on here. Wow, well played.
Wow.
Oh, that was really well played by Mickey and Insania. Insania positioning himself in the jungle, in the trees, and Mickey tossing Prisoner on him, making sure that he's trapped in the trees. That was next level plays right there.
Kraken, middle lane, Cursed Ground on him. On top of that Acid Cocktail, it's locking him down very effectively. And you see right there, it is a level 2 Cursed Ground now, so that's the damage is going to start being a little bit more impactful. And that was an Invis Voodoo Jester that set that up, by the way. So, of course, good rune control from their side.
Definitely good rotation. Slab is in enemy jungle right now. He is feeling the Parasite pressure. Xync hasn't blocked their own jungle. That's a little bit greedy of them when Parasite is roaming there.
Yeah. Warbeast
is getting on.
He's dead. No ulti for him yet. No chance to get away right there. The stomp hit, the pull in from Doctor, and the brothers of Zane and Immaboy. They're brothers, by the way, in case you didn't know. They get the.
Really? Really?
I've maybe said that once or twice on cast before. Pebbles, he's in trouble. He goes down. Acid Cocktail. Also, that's Rhapsody. But you look at the Cyclone, too, doing work from
Vulture Lord.
The Vulture Lord, yeah. So Tankafet getting an assist in there. Well played. Man, this Voodoo Jester pick has proven to be a good one.
I mean, yeah, sure. We can give credit to the Voodoo Jester. I'm gonna give credit to the sort of trial lighting here. The rotations from Parasite. And coupled up with the stun from Voodoo Jester into the hook, definitely a good, not a bad combination either. Voodoo Jester doesn't deal that much damage. That's the only problem. But it is a secured, it's fixed stun, so it's not a. I'm trying to say the opposite of a skill shot. So it will land.
Yeah.
And that's valuable when you have a prisoner that can hook them in, even though. They can run when you see the Voodoo Jester stunning you, you can run a little bit, but Prisoner doesn't really care. He has a very long range hook.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Synergy is not too bad. They're going to go for this.
That's exactly what you're talking about right here. It pulls him in. The curse ground was already applied. It combos, but it's not going to be enough. Prison Break easily secures the kill on a Rhapsody. She gets the turn kill on a Voodoo Chester, but at what cost here? Well, her life, very likely. There we go. Parasite, the final auto attack to finish her off. So a 2-for-1 exchange in their favor. Now, Voodoo Chester had a streak going, so a little bit of bonus gold at least there for Insania, but still in favor of Evil Corporation here. I have to get used to that.
Recent Gaming is shutting down this game pretty well. Kraken got ganked in mid lane. He was sitting on some pretty decent GPM. He got shut down by the Woodjester gank with Animus, and now Dr. Imba Boy.
Yeah. Look at this. He's going to fly in, actually. So being very aggressive with the early Doctor Repulsor. But Doctor, is it going to be enough damage? Absolutely. Parasite flanking in to secure it. Nice release the Kraken from Matthias, trying to get away, but just wasn't enough in his part. So, man, the lead, the momentum here of this Hellborn side is definitely on point. They are really being active against Xync.
Yeah. It's really smart. Like, whoever wins the laning phase and gets the first prolo keys, they get to decide the game pace. And right now, it's looking like Evil Corporation is going to be the guys, the men in charge.
They're in a great spot here early on. 2,000 goalie, 1,500 experience lead, but Keizu on that minus, expecting him to have a decent impact here. He's farming pretty well. Bottom lane, they're going for something once again. You can tell they're kind of charging up right there, but not getting close enough. Yeah, addressing Mika is a very good strategy, and whenever you're playing a team like Xync, we talk about that all the time, and how, especially on Pebbles, I mean, Quincy did point out on Pebbles, it's something like 88% win percentage or something like that when Mika plays Pebbles in their matches. So, yeah, it's a very, very, very good. He does not get defeated often, but of course, to do it, locking him down early on is definitely going to be a very valid strategy, and so far, it's kind of worked out. Now, I say that locking down's good, but, I mean, at the same time, he's 290 gold per minute, so it's not like he's completely being shut out here.
Oh.
At this bottom.
But, I mean, if you just look at his score, he looks like he's locked out.
Yes.
And that's ultimately all recent gaming can see. Evil Corporation can see. They can see the score. They don't see the GPMs like we do. So right now, they're sitting with a pretty good feeling in their stomachs about this Pebbles and his situation.
Yeah.
But we can see that Pebbles is actually doing quite all right with 300 GPM.
He most certainly is. Moraxis, though, is doing a bit better. In fact, tops in the game by quite a bit, even 380 gold per minute. Zane 1-0-2. Also, Cree Farm's been going pretty damn good for him here in the middle lane. It's actually a pretty back and forth matchup overall against Kraken here. They're very similar with the last hit, so Matthias has done well in that aspect, at least. I wonder when Case is going to start moving here. He's been at the top lane pretty much this whole game. Figure get him involved here sooner than later might be effective.
He went Striders, so I'm kind of expecting a Polkey pickup, and then he's gonna roam.
Yeah,
that would be my best guess, but still, that's gonna take a while. He's not even halfway there yet, so that's gonna be probably another 5 minutes of farm before he is going to be a factor. And you see, he picked up a TP, so he will be able to respond on aggression, but. Yeah, he's been very, very quiet this game. He's not on the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it seems like Xync could really use some involvement from him. And, he's going to bottle up a Hastian right here, so perhaps this could be the beginning of something with them. Bottom lane, in the meantime, they're going to be going into Prisoner, but Moraxis coming in with the invis. It's going to catch them off guard. Prison Break throws out, he hooks it back, and what a hook right there from Embry, and that's going to secure the double tap for the team of Evil Corporation. Beautiful turn in their favor, just as Xync thought they had a good kill themselves.
That was really well baited from Bray, and really good rotation from Sane. This is what Sane is really good at, rotating at the right time and I don't know, Moraxis with almost 400 GM, that's definitely scary. Looks like Sane is going to be the first guy in this game to pick up his... Oh, Warby's getting gone on here.
Yeah, he's found. Now, he is going to be able to dodge the hook pretty easily. Of course, with that haste and ulti form, it's not too difficult, so it's good to get away from Zlapped right there. But, I mean, not the worst thing in the world. I mean, they missed on the kill, not a big deal. They'll just continue to farm. I mean, Zlapped, he's had a struggle. He's only 210 gold per minute, really, on Warby, so...
Xync is being punished by a very greedy lineup. You might not like you're gonna watch their picks and you're gonna be like, that's a Pebbles and a Midas and a Kraken. That's not necessarily greedy, but when you man up on them, I mean, I will consider their playstyle greedy.
Hmm.
They they're getting out aggressed here by Evil Corporation, and huge kudos to Boy for drafting almost perfectly around Insania's draft. This I'm pretty sure every single lane of Boy's has one.
Yeah.
Hook attempt on Pebbles, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, but actually Kraken was already here, and so it's probably a blessing in disguise. In fact, there still could be something. The acid cocktail gonna try to help him get away. Oh, no, it's not gonna happen. That was funky
That looked
with the animation, yeah. But it's a kill on a parasite right there. Something about that Chuck
yeah.
caused issues.
I hope he didn't toss the XP away. That would have been silly.
Oh God, that would have been something, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Boy definitely a really solid draft here. I'm pretty sure every single lane of recent gaming's won. Evil Corporation won, if I'm not mistaken. Top lane, Boy came out slight ahead. Bot lane, Prisoner and Woody Dister and Parasite came out ahead, and mid lane, Miraxis came out ahead. So that's every single lane.
Yeah.
Very strong start for Evil Corporation.
And now look at this, the triple stack Ancients. No, actually going to use a Veiled Rot right here as Moraxis at least.
They can't clean it up right now. I don't think they have any heroes.
Ooh, bottom tower gets destroyed despite... Oh, I guess it was just an illusion there. No one for the Legion team, though. Well, going to be exposed there, but they find Warbeast. The portal key on Moraxis catches him. An easy kill to follow. Well played right there, using the PK right away. Pebbles, he's nearby. He doesn't have a portal key, though, but he's going to go in. Kraken off to the side, gets pulled in. They protect him, Melody, saving some damage on top of him as well. Meanwhile, in the background, Midas, he gets caught by the flank. He goes down. Prisoner is still alive, and they end up killing Pebbles. And now the leech on a Kraken. They're going to chase him down. The advantage that Evil Corporation has had here, they're using it. Down goes Kraken. It's a double tap for Tankafet. And the lead is getting pretty big here at only 13 and a half minutes into this game now.
Yep, definitely. This is what happens when, I mean, you take the leading position of a game. You get to call the shots.
Yeah.
And recent gaming is, God dang it.
I do that too, yeah.
Evil Corporation decided to go team fight, and Xync was like, okay, we can try that, and it didn't work out. Well played on Evil Corporation's part.
Yeah.
You want to call them easy instead? Evil Corporation is kind of like, I don't know, it's like almost a sentence, just that name.
I don't know, yeah. I mean, I'll do my best at least to call them Evil Corporation, but yeah, definitely we'll refer to them as Reason Gaming every now and then. It's habit. I mean, they've been that for a long time, really. Like,
Definitely.
The Reason Gaming has definitely been around for a long time, so I am curious to get more information on all of that, to be honest. But
Yeah.
in the end, they are no longer.
Mid lane, Midas getting gone on by Doctor.
They are still a very good team, though, and continuing to show that here against Xync. Midas, easy catch on a him. The portal key, of course, and Imba Boy has continued to be very active. This is not a passive Imba Boy this game. This is a I'm going to constantly move and get kills Imba Boy. And that, I feel like, has been a big transition of this formerly Reason Gaming team and now Evil Corporation, is that they've really transitioned into a very active team compared to what they used to be for the longest time, of a
Definitely.
sit around and let Imba Boy carry late game kind of deal. So we're seeing that here once again.
Of all our NAER teams, I feel like Reason Gaming is the team that picked most up from Thailand, from the Thai players. This the aggressive Doctor style. Imba Boy didn't do that before. Top lane Kraken goes down.
Yeah, I caught it. I mean, it's just he tried to release a Kraken to pour it out with it in between, but they caught him in the leech. Enough damage. This is accurate.
Well, my point was basically that I think the aggressive Doctor plays that we have seen from the Thai teams have influenced Evil Corporation here in their playstyle, and I'm really happy to see that. It's wonderful to see teams adapting. And you know, the Thai teams with Pong Peng in the lead, MRR, they definitely showed that they have the skill and they will. Mid lane.
Absolutely. Dr. Repulsor, though. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, he goes down there, and nice little kill for Zlapped right there. Yeah, the portal key on Pebbles, exactly. It was also Zlapped using those Hellhounds to scout things out, make sure there was no backup right nearby. And they were correct on that. So good job all around the board from Xync, and they get a tower kill on top of it. So hold your horses here,
Lovely.
Xync. Good momentum there.
So a close one. Bray attempted a hook on Midas in the trees, and he was like, he barely hit him. Barely missed him.
Yeah. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, Kizu's still not really. He has 25. What is he doing with his gold?
Not sure. Maybe he's just waiting for an opportunity to get the portal key, but yeah, no, that seems a little off.
Yeah. I think you're on the spot there, though. He's going to...
Oh,
no.
Well, it's a free kill on the Voodoo Jester, but at what cost here? Maybe turn. No, protect him, Melody.
Well
Perfect placement. He's going to get hooked in. He saved Pebbles initially, though, but maybe not in the long run. However, he gets a chuck off just before, but he will go down. But now Midas Elemental Work just got over the ledge. So does Dr. Pulsar, but Doctor's in trouble to the Ancients.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, he ties to the Ancients right there as the cleanup from is left, and also the crew coming in. Matthias ends up with a double tap. Here comes back in Keisu. And they clean up on Meraxis, and it's somehow a genocide for Xync. That was a crazy fight right there that we just had.
Definitely. I feel like Immerboy could have, tried to ulti through the creeps. Like you lose aggro when you use ulti as Dr. Repulsor. So instead of digging himself further back, I think he should have tried to go straight out. But yeah, really good fight from Xync. They're not out of this yet. They almost it was like a 5k lead that Evil Corporation had. Uh-oh.
And it's going to be a little bit more. Address lockdown Mickey, especially on Pebbles. They accomplished that, but you just see, though, even though it was a much later portal key than he wanted, he still got it, and he's made so many plays since he's gotten it now.
In the 2 minutes after he got his ball key, Xync caught up like 4k.
Yeah.
And that's just Mickey moving around on the map, setting up team fights. Of course, the rest of the Xync roster also doing work, but this is Mickey leading the way. Warby's scouting with the dog here. Slap he got his eyes on Prisoner and Doctor, and Mickey is looking. Oh, this could be bad for Mickey as well. Zany's going in.
Meraxis is going to jump in first. Here we go. The double damage Doctor Repulsor. They get the kill on him, Mickey. So they finally keep him in check right there. However, but at what cost now is Midas and Kraken jump in, get the kill on Dr. Repulsor, but now Kraken, he's in a very vulnerable spot. He will end up going down because of that. So the numbers in favor right now. The hook, it lands on him, Midas, as he got stunned. Beautiful coordination. And a double tap for Embry to finish it off. So it ends up being a 3-for-1. Well, hell, a 4-for-1, actually. Rhapsody also was killed.
Yep.
You realize that. So a big
Parasite.
victory for Evil Corporation.
Parasite soloed Rhapsody. Well played from Tangafet initially, because Insania has been setting up some really good ultis with Rhapsody. One thing, though, Rhapsody had an eye. Parasite, Tangafet killed Rhapsody. He looked at the eye, and he was like, nah.
Killed it.
And then I mean, it was very obvious that Slap got a call from Insania. Take the eye, it's up there at the Ancients. And Slap ran up the hill and was like looking confused. He was like, where? I can't see it. Then he found it and he, exited the team fight.
Okay.
So,
so he did pick it up. Okay.
He did find it in the end. But, I mean, if you don't have any intentions of using the eye, destroy it at least. It's 700 gold. It's a lot of value for the enemy support.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, that Tangafet just killed it, but no, he did not.
He didn't. That's what was funny to me. He looked at it, he was like, nah.
Not for me, not for whatever reason. But Midas bottom lane, he's running away as, they had numbers on him, so good choice by him. But the double damage Doctor ends up coming through. What is Doctor? I feel like he should have had the icon by now.
Mid lane.
Still doesn't have it. Meanwhile, middle lane, though, jumping in from both sides. It looks like the Legion team coming on top right now as Parasite goes down for Rhapsody, but Meraxis, he's standing his ground. Here comes Voodoo Jester. The Acid Cocktail, curse to ground. The ultimate, that Spirit Ward. It's going to start adding up the damage. That's a dead Pebbles, no matter how far he gets right here. He is absolutely killed in the end. So, again, the numbers in favor of Evil Corporation. Meanwhile, Midas, he was picked off, actually, in the jungle, running over, it looks like, by a Dr. Repulsor. So, more kills for X reason, you could say. And now they are pushing the middle lane.
Did you notice how Mickey denied Insania?
Did he? Okay.
Yep. He denied him. If you tab it, see,
I wonder if that was the chuck.
The toss.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the chalk deals what it deals a little bit of 20% of the damage to a unit who's thrown, and that applies to allies as well. So he chucked Insania to his own death. But it was good doing so because Insania was definitely going to die.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
so it's worth it.
well played for Mickey.
To be fair, I don't know if that was the case. If he just happened to time it perfectly, or if he actually planned that. But
It's
being
Mickey,
Mickey,
though.
let's
Yeah.
like to give him
Let's do
credit
it.
for big plays.
Oh, there we go. Voodoo Jester's getting caught.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. That's a cocktail again. It's pretty good in
Oh my
these
God.
cases, but it's not good enough. He goes
Didn't
down.
quite. Didn't get away, but at least an attempt was
man.
made.
Is he building a shrunken head, by the way? We saw somebody do this on a Voodoo Jester recently, and I just thought to
Oh,
myself,
right.
like, why?
That was Charlie. That was
it
Charlie.
It was,
Yeah, that was
wasn't it?
Charlie.
Yeah, and it just did nothing. It was like,
Nope.
oh, he's going staff even. Okay. That, I mean, a staff I don't think is as bad, but still.
The chance that Voodoo Jester gets to sit there with his Spirit
Yeah.
Ward is pretty slim, and honestly, not something I would make it. Like I wouldn't build around that possibility because they have Kraken, they have Pebbles, they have Midas, and they have Rhapsody. 4 heroes can cancel him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have gotten like a tablet that's always going to be.
I think it's Voodoo Jester players for how little we see the hero. They just get so caught up in the idea of the Spirit or the ultimate. They're like, I got to build everything around it. It's like, no, you don't. You just go support. It's fine by itself. Trust me. Yeah, I think it's definitely a little ridiculous. And like you said, the tablet there's better supported items that they could be spending their gold on. But
He should have gotten
stuff
Shroud.
here. That too. Honestly, I would rather. Well, no, I wouldn't. That'd be silly.
It's still crappy. But at least I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. But I think you're straight on on the ball there. People who play Voodoo Jester, they're like, well, I don't get to play Voodoo Jester a lot, so why not try this radical build and see if it works? If it works, it's a lot of fun. But we haven't quite seen it work out yet.
Bottom push from Evil Corporation here. This is going to be a free tower, looks like. Xync not too interested in defending it there, just counter pushing in other places. Unless they mass TP here in the very near future, but don't think that's happening, so. Be a free
Pretty
tower
sure
kill.
we're going to be seeing a Conquer kill soon. It feels like we're running out of auto towers to push on EC's side, so that would make me prone to believe that they're going to be looking at that Conquer and thinking about how sweet a token fight could be for them.
Yeah.
Let's see. They're moving there.
Seems like it's pretty prime time. It's a haste rune spawn for 24 minutes. They're hoping for a double damage, I'm sure, but they'll take a haste rune. Nothing.
Okay. Triple stack Ancients
Nope,
instead.
never mind. Okay.
That's
yeah.
a lot of gold as well.
Get that. Doctor doesn't have any charges currently on that Icon of the Goddess that he got now a little bit ago, but he has it at
he's
least.
still quite squishy, to be honest. Like, if Pebbles catches him, he is most likely dead.
Yeah.
With the Midas follow-up. It's going to be hard to survive. Midas got the Alk Bones, so Parasite won't be able to just, sit in a Ballista and take towers. Kizu is shutting down that option. So, good job on Xync's side to make sure that Parasite is not going to get full value out of the puzzle boxes either.
Man, you look at the GPM charts, it's very even on both sides as far as like the spread of it going amongst all the players. But also, it's the top 4 farmers right now actually are all on Evil Corporation's side as well.
Yeah.
So you would think that they're in a great
it's
spot
like
here.
I mean, it's not that big a deal, to be honest. Like, whatever 50 DPM there's between them in 25 minutes, it doesn't amount to that much gold. I mean, in 40 minutes, sure, it's a lot more gold, but right now the DPM is even enough to not really play that big of a deal in team fights, I want to say. We still have a lot of money on Prisoner. Like, half the lead on Recent Gaming, EC's side is in the gold they have in the stash. And then, of course, we have on Xync's side, they also have a lot of gold pooled up in their stash. So, okay, maybe that actually equals out there.
There we
Pebbles
go.
down here. He's gonna get. He showed. What are they doing?
Buildrock, yeah, they know he's here, obviously. So they both have portal keys. They're waiting to find supports. They're going to find Kraken. Oh, but the reactions right there of Matthias.
He's so quick.
Wow.
That is 100% Asian fingers. Wow.
That was huge.
But why wouldn't you go for the Pebbles?
I
Why
don't know,
is a Kraken over a... Pebbles was a freebie. Like,
it was.
they could initiate on him from the shadows. There would be no... Oh, mid lane.
Middle lane, there's those Alchemist bones coming into play, but at what cost here? The turn play pretty quick. Parasite's still alive. He finally goes down, but they're going to get some turn kills, definitely. They get the one on a Rhapsody right there, but a Voodoo Chester, actually. He was hanging around a little too long. He goes down. So numbers in favor, but Moraxis stops in the present Reich. What a follow-up right here. Is it going to be enough damage, though? Maybe not. In fact, they're getting turned. Doctor flew in, he got stunned immediately. The release of Kraken was doing work, and all of a sudden it's a genocide for Xync, a hat-trick for Matthias. What just happened? You know, it goes back to that bottom lane. They did not take the opportunity to kill the Pebbles. They wanted to find somebody else, and a half a minute later, all that happens.
Yeah, that was just... but this was just Matthias completely dominating everything. Like, this guy is a one-man army at this point. He landed a Kraken ulti on 4 players, I believe. 4 players just being grouped up in the Kraken ulti. Maybe it was 3, but still, he secured that fight. He secured this mid-lane, mid-game presence for Xync with that one fight. That was an amazing fight. That Xync could not even hope to get a fight as good as that. But Omi, Matthias, he secures it, and Xync is in the game.
And I think this is definitely where the draft here of Evo Corporation is kind of hurting them a little bit, because Imboy playing this Doctor Repulsor, he's been playing it very aggressive, giving compliments on that. It's good to see, but he's not playing his I'm going to sit back and farm. And so the late game potential, it's not necessarily that great here for the Hellborn side.
They don't need it to be super great either, because if you watch the other side, there is a War Beast. You, as the only guy you would consider a true carry.
Yeah.
Then you have, of course, Pebbles and Kraken, but I'm pretty sure Doctor should be able to out-carry a War Beast, even with the same farm. The problem is that Recent Gaming got outplayed, or EC got outplayed, and Midas is getting close to... Oh, he had 4K. I thought he was going to go for a Sheepstake, but he went for the Storm Spirit instead. Not a bad choice either. But yeah, Slapped is getting a lot of farm on him. He's almost 400 DPM. He's going to finish off his Basher, I believe, in the next 600 gold. So things are starting to look good for Xync.
Middle lane. They were hoping to catch the Doctor, but he falls back just before. They're looking to jump him, so Imboy not even realizing how close he was to a pat spot, but in the end, he made the move at the exact right second there.
Oh.
Before it could get caught. He mentioned Kongor.
Yeah, it seems like they don't feel comfortable taking a Kong fight. I mean, it's risky against a Kraken and a Midas for sure, but I mean, yeah, it's honestly going to be tough. At this point, I don't think they can just go in and take Kong. They had an opening to take Kong when they were 8k ahead in gold.
Yeah.
But now it's sort of even, and I would not want to fight Midas, Pebbles, and Kraken on even terms at a Congo pit. That's usually how you lose.
Is that the full? No, that's only the second Arcana now finished by Doctor. So, no Hellflower yet here for Doctor Repulsor. Needing that tier as soon as possible, though. Morax is also getting Hellflower, by the way. So we're gonna have a couple here.
That's to be expected. Moraxis is usually the hero to get Hellflower on right after, since the hero is very mana consuming, and the Hellflower both give him some attack speed, but also some extra lockdown, and the mana regen, of course. Top lane Midas, Kizu is level 17. He's the top low on his team.
Yeah, he's
and also the top farmer.
Been grinding again. I mentioned that early on in the game. He was grinding the top lane quite a bit, but I mean, that's good, but I do feel like his impact hasn't been that great, to be honest. Especially, you know, he eventually did get the portal key. He now has post haste, which he actually just had delivered to him. So this is the hero, especially the way that he built it. I mean, it screams, I'm going to be moving around constantly and getting kills here throughout this game. So
he's playing a very, like, you should have seen yesterday's series as well. Kizu was pretty oh, good jump from, no! Imberboy forgot to save some mana.
Yeah, he flew a little too far.
Yep. Yesterday's series, Kisu pretty much just played like the I'm gonna let my team do the thing, and then mid lane.
Yeah, catch on a Pebbles. He's dropping. In comes the release of Kraken, though, just like before. Down goes Pebbles, though, in the end. Might come at a cost here on a Meraxis, though. He's in trouble himself. Doesn't have that Matrix anymore, but he's still pretty tanky. And good for now. Here comes the Shrunken Head. Warby's really trying to chase. Midas misses the Golden Salvo or the Lion's Pride, whatever that was. Anyways, it doesn't matter because it is a kill in the end. As Warby's is able to chase him down, getting a Brutalizer proc there. So it will be the 1-for-1 exchange in the end, at least, between the two teams there.
Yeah. Back to my original point, Kisu played a lot of I'm gonna farm and split push while you guys take the fights, and in both games he played Scout and Mage Bane. He didn't actually play both heroes both games, but you know, one hero at a time, and he did really well with that. And maybe it's just his new playstyle. Midas is not usually a hero you would suspect of doing that, but he's playing kind of the same playstyle around it, just sitting, split pushing, team fighting when he must, and then just, you know, farming XP and gold.
Nope, Doctor, he thought he found the real Midas, but these are just illusions here, scouting things out, so scaring him a little bit, but gonna realize that pretty quickly that not the real
Tables
thing.
are turned here, to be honest. Like, it's no longer EC that's sitting on the aggression. Now it's Xync that are putting up the aggression. They're deciding how the game goes, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And they have proven in the past to be really good at that in particular, so I would be a little bit scared here if I was on EC's side. Bot lane, is that? That's an illusion gank. Never mind.
He's going to jump the real one. Hellflower will prevent him from getting away. And here comes the follow-up TPing in. Easy kill to follow. So, yeah, good job at the execution there. That Hellflower, it's a big pickup definitely for Meraxis, and showing why right there, if anything. So, catching Keizu, getting a comfortable pushing a lane, as Midas should. But when you're dealing with Hellflowers and Portal Keys, that's always going to be an issue.
Definitely.
Being caught, so.
It's going to be super risky to do what Kizu is doing in this game. Split pushing, that is. Against the Doctor with a Hellflower and Meraxis with a Hellflower, there's very slim chances of you getting away if you get caught in the... They just have to catch you once, you're dead, and they can take a tower, force a buyback. Rinse and repeat.
Man, I gotta say, and I know I brought this up before, but this is just another one of these examples of games. Yes, Embry's had some great hooks, and I don't know why players are so against playing a battle build on Prisoner, and that the Insanitarius, you know, the Soul's Bore, you know, things like that. This right-click style of build, instead of playing just really a pure initiator, the Portal Key Shrunken Head. And
I can explain that. Mostly because Tangafet is on his team. Tangafet always plays the same kind of parasite. He always goes for the demonic breastplate parasite build, always. So that's one of the reasons why Prisoner didn't choose to go for that. And I think Embray is more of he just plays initiation. That's what he does. So playing playing the battle build, it works. But against a Pebbles and a Kraken and a Midas, and then on top of that, and a Rhapsody, you're gonna die with your battle build. As much as you can tank, you will still go down.
Yeah.
But with this kind of build, he can Portal Key in, lock down Pebbles, use his Shrunken Head, ulti Pebbles, and Pebbles gonna get stunned. He's gonna be taken out of the fight momentarily, and that is going to be a lot more value than Prisoner jumping in, getting tossed away, not ulting anyone, and then, you know, trying to run back in there. If you get what I'm trying to.
Definitely. Oh, Doctor, he again.
Again. Oh, Imba.
Yeah, I mean, he flew really far this time. He flew from the river all the way to the top lane. So it was just a matter of, you know, was it going to be enough? You're really not doing the math there necessarily. It's just he had to try at least. So
one more item. He just needs one more item breaky. Then he can do it. Then he has enough for the Hellflower or the stun. So soon you won't be able to get away from him, boy. But right now he's using his mana on flight.
Yeah, unfortunately, both Midas and Pebbles have made the getaway, just coming up short right there. So this is definitely turning into being a very even game. Going to be anyone's. This next to you got to feel like a big fight perhaps going to be coming up here in the near future that could help sway it one way or the other. But for right now, still anyone's game definitely. Dr. Repulsor, the token, about 3 minutes remaining, so you'd figure that's going to come into play here.
I mean, that comes down to EC's ability to choose a fight. Because, I mean, Xync has no interest in fighting a doctor with token. So unless EC tries to make a push for it, this token is not gonna get any value.
Man, Near.
Other than the fact. Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say Near's getting. Yeah, he just finished the staff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's one thing when we were talking about it earlier when his team was having a decent, comfortable lead early on. It's very aggressive. It's like, okay, but now that this has turned into a very even game and anyone's like, I'm even hating this pick more now. I gotta call it. Like, that's 4,200 gold that he spent on an item. That's probably not even gonna come into play in team fights. Honestly, being able to sit there and channel the ultimate as a support, it's maybe not gonna happen. So.
Let's just say that if Rhapsody was the one to doing this, she would 100% get super value from her build. Woodjester has no guaranteed value from his build. It's a gamble. Rhapsody with Strong and Head, he has place. That's gonna secure a full-time ulti, and probably gonna save someone. But on Woodjester, no, I completely agree with you. That's, I mean. Nears, of course, he's styling for the big plays here, but
yeah.
There's really slim chances that's going to happen against the team he's facing.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see, though. I mean, if it does come through, if he's able to sit like an uphill, channel it, and hit 3 targets at once. That's what it does, right? By the way, right? Yeah, it's the 3 targets in total now. But that's at level. Wait, Nearest 113 enemy heroes. Yeah, he doesn't even have it yet.
Oh, really?
You need to be level 3 to be able to have the Staff of the Master do anything for you. Unless I'm reading this wrong.
No. It gives him extra damage.
It does do extra damage? Okay, but it's level 3 is where it actually bounces to...
That does make sense. Why does it first bounce in level 3?
I don't know. That's what it says, though. Yeah,
that's silly balance. We should talk to someone about that. Anyway, looks like the token is just going to expire here. Recent Gaming... EC did grew up mid lane. They took a secondary tower and they decided to, not press the issue here and just fall back.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to be waiting for Kisu to finish up his sheepstake. He's going to have it in like 500 gold. And when that's done, that doctor is going to get singled out very quickly by that sheepstake. And he is the only carrier on that team, so that could really come to hurt them.
Yeah, that's why I keep going back to the prisoner too. To be honest, it's just because of the lineup of the team. They already had the initiator Meraxis. They didn't really have the physical presence at least for carry for later games. So I think those factors are kind of added up to be like, well, prisoner would have been a good candidate to be that in between, but. He really did commit to more of the full initiating build as well, which, early game especially, it can work and it's great. But, yeah, the idea of them scaling well into the late game, especially in physical, is definitely not there really right now. So,
yeah, I get what you're saying. There's definitely there were a spot for Prisoner to do that. It's just, yeah, with Meraxis initiation and Doctor. You could definitely. There were a place for him. Bot lane, Hellhound is gonna spot Meraxis.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
This could get really. Oh, that's gonna cancel the Polki.
He's in a lot of trouble. He's not going to be able to react right here. They're TPing in. They might as well cancel. Okay, they are kind of still coming in, actually. Prisoner, he pulls them in, but at what cost here? Meraxis is not buying back, by the way. So they're fighting this, knowing that they're down in numbers. Dr. Repulsor, he takes a sheepstick immediately, and now he's being locked out. Dr. Repulsor going to fall. That's what I was worried about for Evil Corporation. They picked a fight they could not win, really, and they end up completely falling apart in it. Well played by Xync, definitely. But I think that's all on Evil Corporation right there. As down goes Parasite, they waited so long to jump in after Meraxis was already dead, and that's never usually a good thing.
That fight was on Bray. I'm sorry to single someone out, but that Bray going in there hooking someone, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That was a bad call. And I mean, no one ever forces you to do anything, and not in life and not anywhere else. But his team followed up on that initiation, and that was just horrible. And that's going to result in probably two sets of racks
They don't
lost.
have buybacks. Nobody has a single buyback, not even Doctor.
Yep.
So they
That
wouldn't
might
even have a
actually be the game.
choice. That's
Probably the game.
probably the game. I think it is. I mean, they're going to lose a second set of racks or even. I mean, well, maybe. They're resurrecting right now. Will Xync go for the racks? They will. They say, yeah, there's still too many down. Let's just go for the second racks. Moraxis, he's going to jump in. Good spread, though. They will pull in Warbeast, but he pops ulti and runs away. And he goes right for the racks, gets the easy kill. So well played. Pebbles in the background. He's going to TP out. And they're going to all get away in the end. Well, everyone but Rhapsody at least. So.
Poor guy.
They're fine with that, but
Yeah.
that was, yeah, no, Xync has a huge lead now. Nothing of value lost.
Skur is on an expedition here to deliver someone's.
Oh yeah,
now he's coming back. Oh well, I'm pretty sure that Xync is very pleased with how that team fight went and the result of it. Of course, it's gonna be so hard for Evil Corporation to come back into this game after losing two sets of ranks. Basically, as soon as Xync has regened up, they can just, spend their money and then head for the top lane. Just sit there, push it in, wait for the other lanes to push in, and what are they going to do? They can't win a 5v5 fight at this point. They're 12k behind. There's a sheepstick, there's demonic breastplate. It's looking really, really ugly for Evil Corporation.
Yeah.
Why are they sitting in the base? Are they smoking up?
They're thinking that they're gonna because they see the middle lane. See, I don't know what they're doing here.
They don't see EC. They think that's a smoke gank.
Oh.
Usually this time around, that's when you go for the desperate. That's what we call it, a desperate. Final. Let's try to get back 5% chance of doing it, and that's what Xync were afraid of was going to happen. So they played it super safe, sitting in base, making sure they're not going to throw this lead. Well played by them.
Yeah, no, that was made a lot of sense. It definitely looked a little awkward initially, but no, yeah, it completely made a lot of sense. If we were in their Skype, obviously, it would have made even more sense, I'm sure. So, yeah, very well played on their part there, just in case. They eventually scout them with the Hellhounds. And Zlapt has been on top of that, as any good Warbeast player would be, just making sure to constantly get that information, use those level 4 Hellhounds for that purpose. So, he has a full demonic breastplate now that he finished, by the way, so he is becoming a very hard hitter quickly.
Definitely. He is pretty much at his, not entirely at his peak. He can still sell his boots, as we saw Kizu do, and that TP, you want to keep that TP in case of some backdooring shenanigans, but he's pretty much at his peak on Warbeast, where that's super scary if you're like a prisoner that doesn't have some awesome escape abilities. Same goes for Parasite, Voodoo Gesture, Moraxis. Slab is definitely going to make his presence felt. Mm-hmm. And, behind him is a Pebbles that almost has a Sheepstick, I believe. Mickey could probably finish up the Sheepstick fairly soon. A Midas with Sheepstick, and Storm Spirit for that matter. A Kraken that has been landing amazing ultis. And then we also have a Rhapsody that has been landing some really good ultis.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would be... Yeah, I'm not even sure how to really address this problem if I'm Evil Corporation. I mean, if you want to theorize, there are paused after all, so a little bit of chatting shouldn't hurt anyone. Basically, we need. Yeah,
I'm just looking at Dr. Bolster's build, sorry, but it's not. I don't know. It feels like that they got to a point where they realized that this wasn't going to be like a late game for them, and they continued to try to make this very aggressive catch potential work, and obviously that hasn't been for them. So honestly, the thing I was going to get to is like, sure, we can theory and all this, but I really think they committed to a strategy. It failed, and now they're just kind of feeling that, and the chances of them actually winning this game is pretty much nothing, to be honest. So, but they're obviously not conceding. So,
It is interesting to me. It is not interesting to me that they failed. It isn't. It is interesting to me why they failed, and I think why they failed ended up being a team fight that was not supposed to happen, where Kraken catches them in a sick ulti, and it's sort of like a freak incident, and I can't blame them for trying to go through with a strat like this. They misplayed it and they lost, but in the early game, the first 20 minutes were almost executed to perfection from them. So I won't go as far as saying that the general strat was wrong. I think it came down to just Xync playing really well.
Oh no, yeah, no, it definitely wasn't wrong. It's just they committed to an idea and it didn't work, and when that happens, then it's gonna you're gonna have to reap the benefits there.
Definitely.
Fortunately, what happens in the end. So Xync though, they're in the great spot themselves. You do see they grouped up to the top lane, and
Yep.
they're gonna go for a push. I mean, Kongor is up, but if you're Xync, yeah, you're
Doesn't
probably not
matter.
even too worried about that. Yeah.
It's basically just more time for EC to gather up some items and split push.
Yeah.
They're not interested in that. Oh wow! Did you see that?
What?
That's a restoration stone pickup on Kraken. Look at that
On
curve.
Kraken, really? Okay.
Yep. It's gonna be double ulti. Like Matthias has honestly this game has been a lot of Kraken. A lot of Kraken bringing back Xync from a very tough position, and now he got two ultis. That's scary.
I think a sheepstick would have been better value here first, to be honest, but
Yeah.
a two ultis as well is not too
Oh, they're
shabby
going
either.
straight.
So.
That's just. Oh my God! Recent
Okay.
Gaming trying to go for the base race.
I mean, they really don't have much of a shot, so might as well try something pretty radical here. Prisoner, meanwhile, he was trying to hide. He ends up going down. Prisoner was hiding to stop TPs. I'm pretty sure that was the idea. He was hiding to stop TPs, but it doesn't even happen. It doesn't even matter. I mean, they're having to pour back themselves, and Xync is just finishing off the shrine. That is going to do it. GG, well played. Xync will take game number 1 here in this 2-game series. So, yeah, I mean, they had an idea. It's good by that. That's why the post was picked up on Doctor as well. I was wondering about that, choosing that over the finishing a Shrunken. But they tried something pretty crazy there, and obviously it just did not work out at that time. So, Xync does pull through in the end.
Credits to them for trying it out. They were in a desperate position. They needed to try something desperate. They did. Instead of just sitting in their base trying to defend against a team that you're not going to beat. So, I mean, in that sense, I think we should give Evil Corporation some credit for, trying to find that 1% chance that they had to win the game or to turn it. But yeah, it didn't. In the end, it didn't come true. Xync takes a pretty solid game here.
Yeah. Well, again, Evil Corporation showed in the early game especially, they